All right, so let's go here and play this clip real
Are
quick.
the faces of missing Indigenous people across the Southwest, many of them believed to be victims of a multi-million-dollar fraud scheme in Arizona, where people are brought to fake addiction treatment programs, according to the state's attorney general.
Why is my chain getting in your truck?
The man recording this video says he was suspicious of this truck pulled over on the side of the road in Gallup, New Mexico, the gateway to the Navajo Nation.
They're taking you to a safe house, aren't they?
The man in the denim jacket, a Navajo elder. Police believe the driver and passenger were trying to lure the man to an addiction treatment facility, most likely in the Phoenix area.
I have my business card. If you have any question, report me. Okay.
Several law enforcement agencies, including the FBI, say tactics like these set up a false promise of safe haven and treatment while defrauding the state Medicaid system. The elder eventually gets out of the truck, persuaded in Navajo. But many are trafficked from reservations and encouraged to sign up for Medicaid benefits in Arizona.
We were hearing reports of these vehicles that were going, people were going onto the tribal communities and recruiting the people that were impaired in the communities, and then they weren't being seen for weeks on end.
The so-called rehab facilities often lacking in care and in some cases allegedly fueling addictions to attract more clients.
There are some that have ties to illegal drug organizations and others that are other operators are opportunists.
And the more clients, the more reimbursement from the Arizona Healthcare Cost Containment System or Access.
There are multiple crimes that are occurring, anywhere from assaults, sexual assaults, trespassing, burglary, and even deaths.
All right, so there you have it. Even to the point where they was, grabbing these gadites, bringing them to these rehab places and giving them alcohol, giving them drugs to help fuel the addiction. All right. So again, that's just something that you have to be mindful of in these last days that we're coming into. Esau's going to pull out all the tricks, man. He's going to pull out all the tricks and all the stops. Anything he does, he's going to do it that's going to help benefit him. Okay? This is, matter of fact, let me get this one here. Where do I want to go? I'll go here. This is Psalms 55 and 20. It says, he put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He has broken the covenant. Let me open it up. He has broken the covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. All right. Isn't that what we're seeing here? You come on over. We're going to get you to the rehab, get you back on track, provide a safe haven for you. All right. And this is why you can't trust these devils, man. You cannot trust them. From top to bottom, you cannot trust them. Continuing. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. All right? So they have no intentions on helping Jake, man. None whatsoever. And if they're doing anything, it's to line their pockets with money. Okay? From there, let me go to this quick article. Another quick article. It says, missing and murdered indigenous people crisis. Violence against Native Americans and Alaskan Americans have exceeded national average. So in other words, the amount of deaths that are being, incurred amongst the natives is off the charts, man. And I'll read a little bit of this. I'm not going to go too far in it, but for decades, Native Americans and Alaskan American communities have struggled with the high rates of assault, abductions, and murders of women. Community advocates describe the crisis as a legacy of generations of government policies of forced removal, land seizures, and violence inflicted on Native peoples. And who's doing this? Esau Edom is doing this. And this is why you don't see these things in the headlines. Esau can't put this on the news. Who's the one forced number to force removals? All right. So the things that we've been seeing, the things that we're going to be seeing in the more public eye communities, if you will, is already going on the reservations, man. It's already happening. But nobody's telling the tale. Why? Because all quiet is kept. But they know what's going on, especially when it comes to insurance. And this is what the whole, you know, rehab thing was all about. It was all about them collecting the insurance money. All right. So each individual could possibly bring in, let's say $30,000, $40,000, through the insurance process. So you mean to tell me all these people, all these Native Americans now, if you go back to the video, see if we can go back to the video.
These are the faces of
Just look at all the faces, that the majority of these people were probably snatched up, allegedly brought to a rehab center, or told them they was going to be given some rehab or some help, but got, left out in the dust, and some of them never to be found again. Just look at all these faces.
Indigenous people across the Southwest, many of them believed to be victims of a
Look at all those
multi-million
faces.
dollar fraud scheme in Arizona, where people are brought to fake addiction treatment programs.
So it's real, man. It's real. In 2016, the study by the National Institute of Justice, NIJ, found that more than 4 in 5 American Indians and Alaskan Native women, 84.3%, have experienced violence in their lifetime, including 56.1% who have experienced sexual violence. All right? Now, again, I'm not saying all this comes from the outside, but I believe the majority of the violence, against the native people, period, is coming through Esau Edom. Right? So let me go back to a couple of scriptures. I just wanted to primarily bring the headline out. But you ain't gonna see these things on the news because the natives aren't newsworthy. You see? They're not newsworthy. So therefore, you ain't gonna hear a damn peep about it unless you see lessons like this, man. In these, sometimes these lessons, man, they get you primed up, and it just brings that hatred out even more for what these devils are able to do without any consequence at this time. But the Lord don't sleep, man. This is where we at right here. This is Sirach 12. I'm gonna jump down to 10, and then I'm gonna jump down a little bit more to about 17. It says, "Never trust thine enemy, for like iron rusteth, so is his wickedness." Right? And you got the natives the Gadites who are trusting these devils. Whether they send, other Gadites to go pick them up, it's all being sponsored and organized through Esau. All right. But when you in dire straits or some type of adversity, and you want to try to get your life back on track, you're in a vulnerable state, man. And anybody that's looking to help you, you're gonna take that help. Well, unfortunately, being on a reservation and being in, the Dakotas or Arizona, wherever you are, you're gonna go unnoticed, man. Jumping down to 17. And these scriptures are speaking loud and clear because they're describing Esau Edom to a T. Okay? Now, this whole chapter is good, but I just wanted to hit these couple quick points here. Verse 17, it says, "If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first." Right? Now, the growing pains, if you will, is the alcohol, the drugs, and just living in poverty, period. Now, who's there? Esau. Trying to invite them to these programs, trying to, entice them to, come along. We're going to take care of you. This is what they do, man. And they've been doing this shit for years. Okay? Again, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. Okay? That is Esau to a T as to what he's doing to these Gadites over there, man. Okay? Though he pretend to help thee, yet he shall undermine thee. Now, there's a couple of more videos out there showing how these rehab centers, or whatever centers they are, they'll take these people in through the intake process. Get their name, give them a social, and submit the information to the insurance company. Once the insurance company pays out, they're throwing these Gadites on the street, man. That's exactly what they're doing. As soon as the insurance pays out for that body being in that rehab, they throw them out on the street, only to get other men, women, children, whatever, to the rehab, to use them as another body count, get that insurance money, and toss them on the street. You see? This is what's going on, man. And it says, though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. It says 18, he will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. Okay? They'll greet you with a smiling face. Oh yeah, come right this way, sir. We're gonna get you right where you need to be. In the first couple of days, most likely, as you go through this, you watch these videos and read these articles. They welcome them with open arms. Come on in. We're here to help you. But the minute that money exchanges hands, it's a wrap. And you heard in the video, some of these facilities even help forward the affliction on Gad by giving them alcohol, giving them drugs, getting them strung out. And that's another ploy that they use to say they violated the facility's policies and procedure. Okay? That's how also they're getting them thrown out of there. So Esau, he knows what the hell he's doing, man. He knows what he's doing. It's no goddamn secret. And this is why we know him to be the devil that the Bible speaks of. Okay? This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged. Okay? This is what they do. They know that they know who we are. They know that we're the Israelites. All right? And the Esau is pulling out all the stops to benefit, to line his pockets at the behest of the Israelites. Okay? From all the tribes. Not just Gad, I'm talking all the tribes. All right? It just so happens that because of the location of where Gad is, and they're on those reservations, and Esau has control over all media sources and media outlets. You're not going to see no shit like this on the news. All right? Damn devils. Ezekiel 35, I'm going to start at 5. I mean, the whole chapter is good. You know what? Let me start at 1. Ezekiel 35 and 1. It says, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus say the Lord power, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off him at the and cut off him, Shalakia. I'll make him most desolate, and cut off from it him that passes out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men, in thy hills, in thy valleys, and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. Okay? Verse 9. I will make thee a perpetual desolation, and thy city shall not return, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. Okay? So for what our enemies are doing unto us, the Lord is going to revenge us, man. We just got to be patient and wait upon him and trust in him. All right? We're coming to the end of this thing. Ain't no time to be trying to, figure things out, man. It's already figured out. This bitch is about to be destroyed. These devils about to come down. All right? All hell's about to break loose. It's already figured. Things are already figured out, man. And the more these as this time passes on, the closer we're getting to the Lord opening up, man, and the Lord giving Esau the green light to come in like a flood, giving Esau the green light to implement the time of Jacob's trouble. All right. So I'm gonna end it with there. It's just a quick one I want to get out concerning Gad, Native Americans, in the dirty deeds that Esau has been doing to the Gadites, and all the natives, out west, and how the scriptures, clearly identify the shit that he has been doing, man. Clearly. So it's all relevant, man, because it was all written for our learning. Now we can look back and say, damn, Esau really is, going to a people that have some adversities that, before them, and he's swooping in there, trying to help, saying, we're going to help you, we're going to get you this, we're going to get you that, and turning their back on them with that sword, with the old knife in the back. All right? So Lord willing, I'm going to see y'all brothers on another one. I say shalom for now.